Welcome back to Jason's Pen Journey. So today we're going to take a look at a limited edition pen that I got back in December. It was something I had my eye on for a while, and it was out of stock. And then the company made some more available from whatever limited stock that they had made. So I don't know if it's limited or special edition. I'm not sure exactly what they would classify that as. The pen is going to be the Esterbrook Estie King of the Night. So this is their 1950s vintage vampire movie themed pen with a really cool box and some other pieces that came along with it. So Esterbrook is a really well known pen maker. It's kind of the second incarnation of Esterbrook. They were an American company that really did a lot of things back in the going back to the 1800s, and really accounted for a lot of the rise of the fountain pen industry in America in the 1900s, until they eventually folded and went out of business. And then the brand was revived, last decade sometime, and now operated by Kenro. So they're operating. Kenro is another American brand. So Esterbrook does a lot of really cool collaborations and special theme pens. The aesthetics on the pens, especially the Estes, are just phenomenal. And it's actually the third Esterbrook Estie that I have. I also have, I guess, purchased a fourth one for my wife, their Kingfisher one. I had gotten the Blue Moon SD, as well as when the Coffee Monster collaboration came out. I got one of those. Um, and this one was one that I was like, "That's really cool. I want the vampire one." But it was a little more expensive, and I held off on it. And then they ran out of stock, so finally came back to it when it became available again, and I jumped on it. So let's take a look at the all the packaging materials, because it's worth showing these more than a lot of usual pens. This one's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the box that the Esterbrook King of the Night comes in. We start with this kind of 1950s vintage pulp horror themed box. Got the Esterbrook script on either side. On one end it says, no, that doesn't make sense. Starts here. The pen has always been part of a good story. And then on the reverse, it is Tell Yours Today with Esterbrook. So magnetic clasp to open the box. Keep it secure. And inside, we got a whole bunch of goodies. So inside the box, we say, sunk your nib into something thrilling and never write alone. Spooky. You've got this pen sleeve, which we'll come back to in a moment. It's going to be definitely worth talking a bit more about. Bat themed. And what else do we have? So first is an advertisement for another Esterbrook pen, the Funky Town. So never let a marketing opportunity go to waste. Sticker, some washi tape. It says writing scene do not cross with the Esterbrook logo. Let's see, little short cartridge, a little envelope inside. Let's see the card. Scan to activate your pen. Not something you usually have to do. You don't usually have to activate a pen to get it working, but put that aside. Let's see. We got a little card holder with some stickers on them and some of that washi tape. And inside we have some little envelope and some little paper, I guess little note cards, kind of vellum style. So kind of stuck in here pretty good. Put the paper out. There we go. So, you could write something vampire themed, I guess. Stick that in. I don't know that we'll ever get around to using that. Close that up, but nice little detail. And then just some tissue paper. Nothing else underneath. Close that. Put it aside. Let's bring the bat pen sleeve back in. And more importantly, let's bring the pen in. So you can take a look at the Esterbrook Estie King of the Night. So this is a really cool pen, red, black, kind of creamish white swirls inside. A little hard to see in the light here, but there's actually a little bit of sparkle in the acrylic here. Gold-plated clip. You've got the Esterbrook logo on there, and a little gold band at the base of the cap as well. Nice rounded pen cap, and probably down. Let's see. So you can. I guess you can't really. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera to see the little sparkles. But you get that deep red and black, very vampire heavy in the imagery. I just love the look at this guy. Classic shape. It does slip inside this little pen sleeve. Then you can put your little vampire in his little coffin, put him to bed, so he can sleep through the day in his bat pen sleeve. It does have a magnetic closure, and then you've got a little the Esterbrook logo imprinted in the leather. Yeah, is it leather? Not sure. Leather? Don't know. Open that up, take your pen back out of your pen sleeve, get that out of the way. So let's take a look a little closer at the pen itself. It's a slender pen overall. The Esterbrook Esties, very nicely constructed, beautiful resin. There's a cushion inside the cap, so you get a little bit of a bounce there. It's like a spring. Kind of fun to play with. Got to give it a little oomph when you want to close the pen. Put the cap back on. The pen does post fairly securely. It's kind of a long pen when you got it posted, so you may or may not want to do that, but it's pretty lightweight, and so you may want to have the pen posted for balance. Not an overly long grip. It does fit nicely under the grip, under the fingers rather. And yeah, it's a pretty standard pen. Take a look at the nib a little closer. It's a Jovo number 6 with the Esterbrook logo stamped in there, gold plated to match the clip. Okay, let's bring in some paper and do a writing sample. So for the ink, I use the Anderillium Piranha Red for my inking on this particular pen. I would have liked to use another blood-themed ink, but I already had 2 other pens inked up with Robert Oster's Sinner's Blood and Diamine Writer's Blood, so those were kind of off the table. So the Piranha Red seemed like a good compromise for a deep red that evokes the same aesthetic of blood. And let's open our pen up and we'll do the writing sample. We use our standard Iroful A5 loose leaf paper. And clearly I can't even write the word Esterbrook. There we go. So this is the Esterbrook Estie King of the Night is the model. This is a fine nib, as is my usual. And the ink that we're going to use, if we can spell it correctly, is Anderillium. And then Piranha. There we go. Piranha Red. It's a nicely tuned nib. Again, pretty standard Jovo number 6. Not any line variation. I do find these Esterbrook nibs to be a little stiff. I mean, every steel nib is going to be stiff, but these are, I tend to find these are definitely on the stiffer side. The quick brown fox jumps. Get it in the right place. Jumps. over lazy dog. And there you have it. Oop. Yeah, it's a sharp enough fang, I guess, that I stabbed through the paper. So yeah, it's definitely it's gonna be, you could really stab somebody with this guy and puncture the skin and go for the jugular to draw the blood. So that is the Esterbrook Estie King of the Night using the Anderillium Piranha Red ink. Take one last look at this beautiful pen. It really is striking. And there's your cushion. There we go. Come on. There we go. Cushion cap. Get that sealed up. And again, let's try one more time so you can see the little sparkles in the resin. Yeah, I don't know if it's coming through on the camera. But there you have it. That is the King of the Night. And that is the Esterbrook Estie King of the Night pen. Hope you enjoyed checking this out. And if you have any questions about the pen, the writing experience with it, or the ink, or the marketing materials that come along with the Esterbrook pens, let me know. Ask questions in the comments below. If you've checked out some of the other Esterbrook Estes, love to hear about it. And do the usual, the drill, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. And until next time, I will see you later. And I screwed that up. Gotta get to the point where I can say my own tagline reliably. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until I see you next time, keep on writing.